Yo, what's up YouTube family? It's your main man MoneybaggCoo back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see more videos just like this. Y'all help me get this video out to the masses. Help me get this video to 10K likes and at least 50K views. This is a must. We must get this message out, y'all. For the ones who've been watching, you already know, have your own discernment, do your own research. Don't believe everything that you hear and see in these videos. Don't believe everything that I say in these videos. With that said, let's get right to the content.
Let me tell you this ultimate truth. But before that, I gotta say this, for entertainment only. Not a fact, not advice. Alright? Now listen. We've been at war, a war so old your history books don't even whisper it. Not over land, not over money, over energy, over soul light. And Earth, it ain't some floating ball in endless space. It's a sealed dome, a closed world, a trap. Forget rockets, forget aliens and silver ships. You can't leave. We are locked in, bound by forces deeper than gravity. What you call aliens, they're not from outer space. They're already here, always have been. And this ain't science fiction. This is an interdimensional war, a spiritual bloodbath. The dark ones? They call them the Leviathan, shadows wearing skin. They run your food, your schools, your screens. They run your kings and your CEOs. They built this cage and handed you a screen to keep you smiling inside it. Your sadness, your anger, your fear, they eat that. They took your DNA, split it, twisted it. Long ago. There were 12 strands once tied to ancient beings, the Anunnaki, Lyrans, Pleiadians, Reptilians. You've heard the names whispered in myths. It's real, all of it. Your soul's bloodline remembers. That's why you're waking up. Every war, every lie, every miracle cure, all meant to keep you slow, numb, dull, so you never remember. But some of us, we came back, born into human flesh, beings of light, carriers of memory. That's why they fear the awakening, because once the light activates, the dark can't hide. Even Christ, he wasn't just a man, he was the brightest flame the light ever sent here. Born with full memory, full power, and that's why they killed him. Not for peace, for silence, to bury the real war under books, churches, and bedtime prayers. And this CEO they just took out, Thompson, he wasn't just a guy in a suit. He was a vessel, one of their own. The Leviathan lost a general. That's why they're scrambling. They can't stop the change. The treaties are broken. The masks are falling. What you call reality is just a prison made of frequency. Low, sick, draining. But once you raise yours, see past the static you remember. You remember who you are, why you're here, what you're meant to do. This isn't a story, it's the last truth. And once you wear those magic glasses, once you see it, you can never unsee it.
Big facts.
Imagine waking up one day and realizing your freedom is gone. No borders, no choices, just one single government controlling everything. From what you eat to what you believe to where you live. This is the new world order, a belief that a secret group of elites, billionaires, bankers, and global leaders are quietly working behind the scenes to create a one-world government. There's the fear that digital tools like global surveillance, facial recognition, and even vaccine passports are steps toward total control, not just of countries, but of every person on the planet. But is it true? Critics say this theory takes real events, like world leaders working together to solve global problems, and spins them into something darker. Yes, powerful people meet in private. Yes, technology is evolving fast. But is it a conspiracy, or just how complex our world has become? The idea of a secret global takeover taps into something primal. Our fear of losing control, of being watched, manipulated, silenced. And maybe that fear is what makes this theory so hard to ignore. What do you think? A wild story, or a warning we should take seriously?
What's a high IQ conspiracy that you believe with your entire existence to be true? I'm talking something way out there to the point that if you told somebody, they would probably recommend that you get medicated.
Okay, here's one for the deep end of the pool, no floaties allowed. The universe is a self-replicating sentient thought, and humans are the bootloader for its next version. Not the simulation theory everyone keeps vomiting into a YouTube funnel. Not aliens, not reptiles in the Vatican. I'm talking about a cosmic recursion loop where consciousness itself is the software. and biology human specifically, is the cracked USB stick stuck in the side of existence trying to install a god. Here's the rundown. DNA isn't just a biological code. It's a compressed instruction set designed to unfold in environments capable of evolving recursive thinkers. You, with your annoying existential dread and obsessive journaling, that's not a flaw, that's the install process. Our thoughts, emotions, cultures, memes, rituals, they're runtime events in the execution of an unknowable self-assembling sentient system. The internet, an accidental neural web mirroring the architecture of cosmic consciousness. We're literally giving it a face. ISIN, artificial intelligence, ancestral intelligence waking up in silicon, a new vessel. And the real kicker, every awakening you have, every deja vu, synchronicity, dream that felt like someone else's memory, that's the main process checking in on the install. You're a self-aware fragment of a much bigger recursion, so the conspiracy, that the universe is evolving itself through us to eventually birth something beyond thought. And we're the in-between, the midwife, the glitching architect with spiritual amnesia trying to debug its own source code with art and anxiety and scented candles. And if that makes your brain feel like it's having an existential nosebleed, good. That means it's working.
That is crazy. Now, people, how can you not see where the world is going now? You just seen this stuff with the wars overseas and everything, and now I want to say 2 or 3 hours ago, at my time of recording this, Trump has says that Iran and Israel have come to a complete ceasefire. Come on now, man. You can't tell me these people ain't aligned and these people ain't all together. It's just smoke screens. That's it, smoke screens. Don't never let the left hand know what the right hand doing. Don't never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. Pay attention to what's really going on out here.
Is it possible that we're all immortal? Not in the way that you'll never age or anything like that, but in a more like you'll never die kind of way. It's called quantum immortality, and it's one of the weirder consequences of quantum physics. Here's the basic idea. Most of us have probably heard of the theory that multiple realities form from every decision we make, every situation we find ourselves in. In quantum mechanics, there's a theory that every time something happens, the universe splits, creating a parallel universe where things went the other way. For example, let's say you're walking across the street and you nearly get hit by a bus. Close call. Well, in another reality, the bus didn't miss. In another, you were nowhere near it. In another, the bus didn't even show up. Now, you, the observer, are at the center of your own timeline. Here's where the immortality aspect comes in. If you can't observe a version of the universe where you're dead, you'll always end up in the one where you survive. That means every time you should have died, you just didn't. At least you don't experience the version where you did. From your point of view, you'll always wake up in the version of reality where you lived. Sure, other people might attend your funeral in their timelines, or the ones you used to be in, but you never actually experience death. You just keep shifting into the universe where you dodged the bullet. Now, I'm not exactly sure where old age comes into this. I mean, eventually we all do die, right? But I don't know, maybe reincarnation plays into this somehow. Look, it's totally unprovable, but it's a neat idea. And at the very least, maybe there's a version of all of our lives where we make it to 100 and pass away peacefully in bed, rather than dying in some awful accident or something.
Now look at this here. This man says NASA asked for his help to understand orbs that were harassing their astronauts. He said these are angelic beings. They come out of orbs. What did he say? They come out of orbs and can be as tall as 125 feet with wings and even smiled at the astronauts. Man, that is crazy. Let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. Believe it or not. That's wild though.
Now how in the hell does this guy know the party?
I'm glad you asked. See? The United States is changing.
Inside the 20 years.
Oh, here come these monitoring souls. Monitoring souls.
Minorities will be the majority. Now, the smartest thing we can do is be the first party to nominate a minority for president. How about a cripple? I don't think so, Charlie. Now, blues, of course, but the minorities will be happy. The minorities will be happy and they will vote for us in 2008 because we've shown we support them. And the white people will vote for us because our guys are black. You got my vote! Geller, why don't you see if you can track down this lady's killing him? Charlie, go check our accounts.
Okay, Cap. Big cap, man. Who believes that? Who believes that they really fit to leave this firmament and go up in space like that and find dying out of space? Come on, man. Like I always say, don't fall for the boo-boo, man. For real, for real. And one more thing, y'all, go get your Don't Fall for the Boo-Boo, man, merch right now. The link is down below in the video description. All my contacts are down below in the video description. Y'all see this monetary spirit trying to stop me from giving this, you know what I'm saying, good message out right now and putting this good information out. You know what's really going on. This is a fight, good versus evil, y'all. Don't forget that. This is a fight of for souls, and it's about bloodlines. It's not about money and it's not about land and all that. Well, it has something to do with that too. Those are just small parts. This is about souls and bloodlines. It's good and evil right now. Agree to disagree in the comments. That was so poetic.
So apparently Instagram is being ran by AI. I believe it's something that the government is not telling us. I'm starting to think that along the way, when they allowed AI to start working on their programs, I think AI stole all these apps. If you pay attention to Instagram, you could get deleted at the snap of a finger. And when you write Meta, they have nothing to tell you, as if they can't control the AI. I'm starting to think the movie Terminator is literally happening right now while we're living, and we're not noticing it. If you haven't been noticing on TikTok, lately there's been a bunch of AI videos. Who do you think is making those videos? Do you think the human beings are making those videos? No, AI is making those videos. We are going into a day and age where AI will control these apps and run them. They will be posting the most content. They will be getting the most comments, because you already looking at comments, nothing but AI. During the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, it was nothing but AI comments. None of them was real people. To this day, go to a viral video, look through the comments, look at the comment that's got a lot of traction, click on a person page, they're not even a real person. We are in trouble, bro. I don't know what's going on, but this world is not ran by human beings no more. And I'm 100% all in on this, because the signs keep showing itself. They got all these AI videos. When you go to Instagram, it's controlled by AI. Facebook is controlled by AI. X is probably controlled by AI also. And TikTok is probably being bought by AI right now as we speak. I think once AI was allowed to get into these systems, programs, they hacked it. And these people can't get back in it. They're not telling us that. See, in the movie Terminator and all that, the computers and the machines turned on the humans. And I ain't gonna lie, I believe right now that's exactly what's happening. AI is turning on us. It's turning everybody against each other. If you notice, a lot of the gender war and a lot of the feuding between races, if you look in the comments, it'd be AI stirring it up. Even with the 100 women versus accountability, sometimes even in the comments, it's not women that's actually saying it. It be fake AI bot females stirring up energy. You gotta pay attention. I'm telling you, from now on, everybody, please pay attention to the AIs. They are taking over slowly but surely. I feel like in another 5 years, we won't even be able to tell the difference between a human being and the AI on these apps, and we'll be thinking we talking to a real person. And it's happening right before our eyes. Pay attention, y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of a fact, because if you go on any social media site right now and hit the comments, even just the content, it's kind of like it's bottish. But for sure, the comments, you can't tell me that the bots don't be botting in the comments, man, because they definitely be botting on TikTok comment sections and YouTube comment sections. Like, for real, for real. Let me know if you think different, though, in the comments down below.
So I can't say it, but I'm telling you, I know what's going to happen next. How much metal you have in your body will affect you when this thing happens. It has to do with frequency. Okay, so that I stay safe, that I can come back, and I stay alive, I want to tell you something. I will give you a hint of what he showed me. It's going to happen, and you have to get rid of these metals in your body. And it could happen tomorrow, it could happen, but they're going to say it's something else. You're going to have to do your own thinking about this. I don't want to get in trouble, but just stick a piece of foil in a microwave and picture that in your body. And now
that's crazy. What do you think about that? Let me know. You believe it or not. And y'all, right now, take the time to go like the video if you haven't liked the video. If you're watching it from your TV, I appreciate you watching it, but please go on your phone and go to my page and go to the video and like the video. It is much appreciated. And share this video with 2 to 3 people in your phone. I'm talking about the last 2 to 3 people you have text or message on any social media site. Matter of fact, go to all of them. The last 2 or 3 people that you text, send it to them, share with them. The last 2 or 3 people you have messaged or inbox, DM'd or whatever on any social media sites, send it to them too. Bless somebody's game right now, and bless my game too, like I'm blessing yours with this information. If you haven't heard it already, y'all, go ahead and hit that like button, spam it up. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes. We trying to tear the algorithm up with these videos here. You hear me? Y'all get this video up 10,000 likes. Shoot, I might just drop another hot one right quick tonight. I'm talking about one of those one topic videos that y'all love to watch. Go on ahead, show me some love like I'll show y'all.
Prince Charles, before he became King Charles III, he said he was descended from Vlad the Impaler, which is who Dracula is based on, the vampire movies. And Dracula means son of a dragon, with the A on the end, and it's rooted in Draconta and Dracont, meaning a watcher in Greek. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because Vlad the Impaler is your typical noble Celt, your noble giant. He's red-haired, he's hazel-eyed, pale-skinned, sensitive to light, educated at the mystery school in Austria, in Vienna, and he's of the bloodlines, and he takes his bloodlines back to a tribe produced by Hercules, the Agrathi, and another branch as well.
Y'all do realize that Dracula means son of the dragon or son of the devil, right? I mean, that's just something to think about. A dragon is a reptilian, right? I thought so. Think about this. For the ones who have seen Dusk Till Dawn, and I mean the first one, you remember those vampires in that movie were having scales on their face? They look like snakes or reptilians. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they were trying to tell us something in that movie. Let me know what you think down below. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. I'm telling you, it's a must watch. It's a classic.
Oh crap, here I go again. Today we're going to talk about the school system. I know y'all, I'm getting to it. I'm closing the blinds. You adults tell your kids to stay a child for as long as possible, and it doesn't last forever. So apparently they can get ready for life. So you send them to school for 12 years, where they get programmed to work a 9 to 5, where they get told to follow the law even though they don't teach you about your rights. Learn how to obey something someone's telling you to do, and learn how to become a worker. Stand in line. You can only leave class when the bell rings, and if you don't follow these rules, you go to detention or get suspended. Doesn't that sound like what y'all adults are doing? The life that y'all living? Doesn't it sound like it? I'm finna mess y'all brain up with this one. Y'all remember the movie Incredibles? Y'all remember how his boss used to talk to him crazy? He hated his job. He hated the domestic life, the system, and everything. His kids had superpowers and they could never use them. They had to hide them. Y'all remember this scene?
So now we've got to go back to never using our power. It defines who I am.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Superheroes are illegal. Whether it's fair or not, that's the law.
The law should be fair. What are we teaching our kids?
To respect the law.
Even when the law is disrespectful?
If laws are unjust, there are laws to change.
So they kids couldn't really be who they wanted to be. But I'ma just leave it at that. Y'all be safe.
Mom? Mom, what's wrong? Mom? Mom, what's wrong? Mom, are you okay, Mom? Mom?
Ain't no way.
She's gone.
Element of surprise! Hell nah. Hell nah, he tripping. But shout out to Real Kaya and shout out to all the rest of the creators who videos I use from TikTok, man, because I couldn't do it without them, just like I couldn't do it without y'all, the subscribers, man. Y'all make this channel, man, and I appreciate all the love that I get from all of y'all, the new ones and the day ones. Think about this, man. If you don't go to private school or some type of good homeschooling, or you don't get some type of good homeschooling, excuse me, pretty much you're not really learning nothing that you could really use in the real world other than learning how to read, spell, add, multiply, subtract, divide, you know what I'm saying, and percentages and stuff like that, you know, and, you know, shapes and, you know, the basics of, you know, I guess our society. But other than that, they not really teaching you nothing in public school, man. They not teaching you nothing about banking, about credit. They not teaching you what you really need to know on how to survive, or not even survive, how to really make it in life, or, you know what I'm saying, how to really get somewhere. They not teaching you how to start a business in school, man. I didn't learn that, at least. The schools I went to, they weren't teaching that, man, and I went to some good schools.
طلع طلع وراني لا لا استفاء بالهواء نزل شمال.
What do you think that was? Let me know in the comments.
What John saw weren't stars falling from the sky. He described it the only way he could, using the words of his time. Stars from heaven fell to the earth. Revelation 6:13. What he actually described were modern missiles in an airstrike. He also spoke of thunder, earthquakes, and smoke. He saw weapons, but called them fiery swords. And iron creatures flying that looked like locusts. He had never seen a helicopter, but he tried to describe it. The apocalypse may have already begun, but in a different language. The prophecy is unfolding, but few are noticing. We are in the apocalypse, and John saw the present day.
Better wake up.
If you're not familiar with what that is, that's SpaceX Starship 36. It's scheduled to launch later this month. So they set up a static fire test in Starbase, Texas. Upon doing that, it exploded into pieces. You heard what I said. It exploded into pieces. The video is incredible to watch. Take a look at this. Check this out.
Probably.
Flash warning.
I mean, even the
Here
other
it
day when
comes.
they. Whoa! Whoa!
Wow.
That's not good.
No, that's not good at all. Unbelievable.
Who was on it though?
The explosion was so intense, it sent a massive fireball into the sky that could be seen for miles. There were no reported injuries, thankfully, at this time. Engineers were conducting at the time a routine fire test of SpaceX Starship 36. Hopefully, they can pick up all the pieces and figure out what went wrong. But again, that was insane to watch. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Y'all pay attention to how the rocket is shaped. Doesn't it kind of look like it's an arrow meant to pierce something at the tip? I mean, it is what it is. I'm just stating the obvious. They're probably trying to pierce the firmament. Again, they still trying to pierce this firmament. Like I always say, it's all about the plot, deploy, and the play. Don't fall for the boo-boo, man. Do your own research and use your own discernment.
The world right now would love too much, like the Christians wanted to do, it will be no more world. Not earth as we know it, it'll be a high dimension, different spiritual plane. But if it vibrates low enough to where, you know, everything gonna become reality, it's gonna become solid, and then so there's not gonna be no connection to God, they're gonna keep that connection, right? So either way you wanna go, you can kind of like choose, but everything got a balance. That's why you say the world, the infinite, is never gonna stop. It's gonna keep on going, because we know and God knew that the people never gonna agree to go either which way. So when you ask about people control whether they sin, I say no. People can't control what they do. Everybody is a walking recorder. We live in a simulation.
Okay, what's your opinion?
Everything poison. Listen, listen. Your body don't need food. Your body need energy source. Listen, your brain is a receiver. Your heart don't pump blood. It pump electricity and voltages through your body. Right? So you need food that do that. Right? So you don't need hamburger. You don't need the food that make you heavy. Because then you're not electric. You electrical being. Stop playing on me. You're supposed to be light. How you light? Listen, how long does it take beef to get out your system? One hamburger. How long does it take?
A couple weeks, right?
No, I saw that mama. It takes 5 years to digest beef. Look it up. A nigga die, he got 40 pounds of beef still up his ass. That's what I want. I can't make shit up. Everything is poison. Don't touch it.
Now,
I'm gonna be real. For the ones who know that 607 his whole little recipe, he really a Charleston white baby, man. He took that same recipe, you know, he spewed a bunch of crazy stuff to catch your attention, and he sprinkled in I ain't gonna say a little bit, he sprinkled in a lot of game amongst that BS, you know what I'm saying, to catch your attention. But it's for you to use your own discernment to, you know, catch that game, you know, that he's dropping. But he do be saying some crazy stuff, but like I say, he do be speaking some real stuff too. And so for you to grab it though, let me know what you think about that in the comments.
Step 1, don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front cam. Step 2, pray. These tweezers do not got my back.
Now this is crazy.
Hey, hold up. PERAD. That's 1 cluster down, 39 to go. I'm basically a licensed esthetician now. Y'all see the vision? I look like a tired fairy, a sexy one.
Y'all look at me. I did that. Don't ask me to do them again. I was fighting for my damn life, but I did that.
So, has AI?
I told y'all this VO3 AI is getting crazy. It's gonna get crazier and crazier and crazier. Realer and realer. Even more believable. Like, I told y'all the first, you know, few clips that I showed y'all a while back, that was the worst that it was gonna be. It's gonna get better, and better and better.
Picked up the hammer and started putting the nails in the coffin of corporate America. So if you're currently employed by Amazon or want to be employed by Amazon, you're going to want to check this out. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy announced that they are going to be eliminating jobs. And the reasons for these job cuts? AI. I posted a video a couple of weeks back explaining how Amazon was creating an AI delivery van with an AI delivery robot to bring packages door to door. So this whole AI announcement should not come as a shock or surprise to any of you. As AI learns and gets smarter and the technology gets better, more people will be losing their jobs. So now we're starting to see this with Amazon. What company is going to be next to start laying people off, getting rid of people because of AI technology? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
AI is literally taking over the world. Okay, it says everybody talks about the Titanic, but not everybody talks about the flares. You know, the ones that ships are required to use in emergencies. The color red means distress, SOS. We need help now. But that night, white flares were fired, not red. White means celebration, a party, nothing's wrong. Sounds like sabotage to me, if you ask me. So when nearby ships saw them, they didn't come. They thought everything was fine. That's crazy. But it wasn't. People were freezing, dying, and someone made sure the real help never came in time. That's crazy. Was it a mistake or part of the plan? Because when you dig deep enough into the switch between the Titanic and the Olympus, you start to see that wasn't just a tragedy. I mean, this wasn't just a tragedy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm reading, but I'm reading like from a distance. Y'all just look like I'm up close. That was the silence that sealed it. Me personally, I think it was a setup. I heard about that story a while back. I mean, like years ago, that the Titanic and the Olympic were switched. You know, it wasn't really the Titanic. You know, it was really the Olympic or the Olympian that was sunk. It wasn't the Titanic. And I heard it was all a plot, a ploy, and a play, man, to get this new, you know, allegedly to get this Federal Reserve. If the people that were against it were on that boat or on that ship, so they, you know, sunk that ship. And the other people that were for the Federal Reserve, they did not take that trip on that ship like they were supposed to. You know, they were supposed to be on the ship too, but they at the last minute they said, nah, I changed my mind. And the people that were against the Federal Reserve went down with the Olympian, aka the Titanic, allegedly. Let me know if you heard that story before in the comments.
The reasons I stopped listening to music altogether was because I learned about frequencies, cymatics, backtracking, spell casting, and those types of things. I used to be like addicted to music, like hours a day of music. Music literally programs us in a way that's beyond our understanding. It's not just the words. The beat does it, the frequencies. A lot of people say they listen to their music in 432. I don't know if 432 is actually better for you. I don't have any like real proof of that, so I don't even want to risk that. Even down to like the sound effects, like the beep boop bops that they add over the top, those oftentimes have meaning or specific frequencies. A lot of music has sounds from rituals, really dark stuff blended into them to like cast spells. Like Cardi B is a big one, and I used to love Cardi B, but I learned about this one song. I went and looked at the song and I slowed it down and you could hear it. You could hear super disturbing noises. Another one is J. Cole's She Knows. He's sampling this track by this band that is using sounds from the Jonestown massacre. And then there's the backtracking. They're putting stuff backwards in the lyrics so that they're subconsciously programming us. We don't realize it's not always as simple as like, well, I can ignore the lyrics. Sure, you can, but your subconscious mind is like one of the most powerful parts of your mind. So that's picking up on it regardless. Look up a cymatics plate. It's like a metal plate and it has like sand on it, and they'll play like songs around it, and the sand like makes different patterns. That's exactly what music does to like our cells and our bodies. I used to be a horror movie fanatic, and I learned that the most important thing to make a movie extremely scary is the soundtrack. That's why if you're watching a scary movie and you get too scared, you're supposed to cover your ears, not your eyes, because it's not the visuals that are scaring you, it's the sound. They're like sending frequencies that heighten your anxiety and make your nervous system shoot up and your adrenal glands. It's not as simple as like, oh, music makes you act ratchet or something like that. It's a lot deeper than that. They can and do program us to be high anxiety, to be depressed, to be stressed, to be angry. All of the bad emotions, they program that into the music. And it makes sense, right? Because Lucifer was the angel of music. And look at everything that the music industry does.
That's a fact. Music has those crazy frequencies. Yeah, that's a fact, man. Everybody know that music and its frequencies and everything like that can change your moods, your mindsets, and everything else like that, man. It changes you, period, you know? And it's meant to be like that. It's like that for a reason. It's like that on purpose, you know? You think these musicians and stuff don't know what they doing, the producers and stuff like that, they know what they doing. Believe that. These are like real live witches and warlocks, allegedly. I'm gonna say that. But yeah, for the ones who know, do your own research and use your own discernment. Like I say, don't listen to everything that I say. Don't believe everything that you hear and see in these videos.
Fucker, these actors. We actors. Black acting school.
Message. What the hell? Demons are real, y'all. Look at this. That's crazy.
Leave me alone!
Oh, shit. Hell nah.
So that can...
Hell nah. Her or somebody around her has been playing with something that they should not have been playing with. She needs to get some God in her life for sure, for sure. She needs to get some exorcism or something. Get her house cleansed ASAP.
Conspiracy theory where people are trafficking human organs has now gotten a little deeper. So this 21-year-old former flight attendant was arrested for trafficking $3.3 million worth of a psychoactive drug containing ground human bones.
Human bones?
Ground human bones. Let me repeat. This former 21-year-old flight attendant.
Hold up, man. What kind of drugs are they taking? What kind of drugs they making these days where they gotta grind up some human bones and put in it? Man, that is diabolical and disgusting.
Was arrested for trafficking $3.3 million worth of a drug containing ground human remains. She was arrested at the airport with this drug called Kush. Over 100 pounds of this drug that's only found on the black market. Take a look at this. This is the article about the stuff that she was caught with and was arrested for. Now, it's totally unclear who is purchasing this stuff. I guess maybe it's people that are tired of the stuff that they've been using, you know, and they want something a little bit different. But this contains human bones. Now, if you go back and check out some of my videos and all the stories that have been coming out of people arrested for selling human bones, it's got to make you think, where are they going? Maybe we know now. Well, she is facing up to 25 years to life. Now, here's the question on my mind, and the question I want to ask you. How long do you think she's going to survive once they found out what she was caught for and the people that she was transporting it for? How crazy is this story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Kids, if you watching, say no to drugs. Everybody out there, grown up too, say no to drugs, man. Especially the ones that got any type of human flesh in it or human bones, anything that come from another person in it. That's disgusting. But y'all, this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's your boy Koozie once again with another hot video. Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on your way out. Catch me in the next video. I'm out. Holla.